Back in the year 2010 and 2011, Harvest Moon or Story of the Season was all the rage in my country. So much that they even made an unofficial translation for the game. The idea of taking care of your crops and animals instead of fighting enemies and saving the world was something new to us. It was such a fun idea. Literally everyone in my country knows Harvest Moon. The one I and everyone here played, however, was the PlayStation 1 version, the Back to the Nature, not the hellish Super Nintendo version. But we are going to talk about a different game here. A game with a similar theme, the Stardew Valley. This game is made by one person, and it seems like this game was heavily inspired by the Harvest Moon or Story of the Season games, especially the Mineral Town series. The character customization is awesome. You can become anyone you want. You can be a rich man with fancy clothes, or a boring, perverted old man like me. Yeah. It's interesting how you can choose the style of your farm in this game, but I feel like the other options are terrible, even if it has something to compensate. The story of this game is exactly the same as Harvest Moon. You came from the city to inherit your grandfather's farm, with the only difference is that you can be seen working in the office, just like how people do in real life. As usual, you will be greeted by the mayor of the town, but also the carpenter is here in this overgrown farm, and that marks the beginning of your farm life. There is not much to say about farming in this game, as it is the same in any farming game. What makes farming and earning money different from Harvest Moon is that this game has a crafting system. Crafting is one of the reasons why this game has more freedom, especially when it comes to earning money. Like you don't have to force yourself to raise animals. You don't have to sell crops. Instead, you can make pickle by using preserved jar, or you can make wine by using kegs and put them in casks for an even higher quality. Or you could even duplicate diamond by using crystallarium. Again, so many ways to earn money, although you are likely forced to fish in the beginning of the game because of how easy it is to get fish in this game, just like in Harvest Moon games. The crafting system is actually what surprised me about this game because of what it offers. All kinds of machines, decorations, fences, and the list goes on. Some people say that one of the reasons why this game is different from Harvest Moon is that because it has a combat system. This game has weapons and monsters. You see monsters inside one of those caves. But is this true? Is this something that Harvest Moon haven't done? Technically, there is a spin-off of Harvest Moon that has a combat system, and there is even a boss fight in the game, unlike in Stardew Valley. The game is called the Rune Factory. Honestly, Stardew Valley feels like a mix between Harvest Moon, Minecraft, and Rune Factory. This game has a quest system, which is like missions for you to complete. Usually, you get these quests from people, special order board, or from outside of supermarket. But let's be real, the only interesting quest, in my opinion, is the Louis purple short. I mean, this is just so funny. You can see his shorts inside Marnie's room. I'm sure you have an idea of what he did right there. You can do some funny stuff with this junk. First of all, you can put these inside the potluck during the Luau festival. The reaction is just hilarious. Now, this festival is actually the same as the Hot Pot Festival in Harvest Moon, except that there is no governor. And there was something similar to this little prank in Harvest Moon DS, where you can poison and kill yourself and maybe everyone else using level 100 poison mushroom. I wish we could do that here, like by using iridium red mushroom or something. And then you can also wear this thing by using the sewing machine. Alright, this is a little disgusting for me, but of course the reaction is hilarious. Marnie will simply laugh, but if you show this to the mayor himself, he will scream like a bat. You can also display this junk at the Grange Festival. I always appreciate a little things like this. At least you can do something after you're done with the content. Take your pants. Take this. Alright, now the main quest of this game is restoring this community center by paying a large money to turn this into Joja warehouse. Or you can restore this community center by putting natural resources for Junimos. Some people prefer the Joja route because the only thing you need is money and you get to buy that automatic pattern instead of grinding it in Skull Cavern. Also, you get a vending machine as a reward instead of trophy. A nice reward, I guess. I personally prefer the Junimos route because it is more rewarding. You get more rewards like Crystallarium and you can feel the real sense of community here. The interior of the building after restoration is also pretty compared to the grim warehouse. The sense of community is what this game needs because it is quite lacking. The Georgia Corporation kinda reminds me of the government and the Funland Company in Harvest Moon Save the Homeland and Hero of the Leaf Valley, where they want to destroy the village and build stuff for profit. Maybe at some point the developer was thinking to follow the same idea because there is an unused cutscene in the bus and the character Dobson will have a phone call right there. Dobson feels like a sinister character compared to Morris, and the player will definitely choose the Junimos route. Or perhaps the story was going to be linear and that you cannot join the corporation route. That is if he was not replaced by Morris. And I guess Morris is more fitting for a light-hearted story. One thing that I really like from this game is the animals. This game has the standard animals that present in typical farming game, but this game also have things like rabbits, pigs, fried chicken, a freaking dinosaur, and ostrich. I like the idea of pigs digging for truffle. A unique idea. Never seen that in a farming game before. Although I really don't understand how rabbits' food works. Did they just detach their food somehow? Now, I would like to talk about the Ginger Island. This is a nice and pretty additional content where you can see new stuffs like banana trees, mango trees, and new NPC, Cinder Shard, Mr. Key Challenge, equipments and tools upgrade, and the infinity weapons. But this is also where the game became boring for me. I want to be honest with you. The only reason why I come here is the tools and weapons upgrade, along with the infinity weapons and the key challenge. The first time I came here, I wanted to explore the entire island because of how beautiful it is. But then I realized how small this island is. The west part is literally just another farm for you to use. So, in order to enter the walnut room, you have to collect 100 golden walnuts. And once inside, you can see the weekly challenge that rewards you with key gems. And you can also see a shop where you can spend your gems. But I have to say, the one that interests me most is the Galaxy Soul, because you need this for infinity weapons. But I was able to get 2 Galaxy Souls from the dangerous Skull Cavern quest. It was too easy. I just need to buy 1 Galaxy Soul. I was done with the game already. I dislike chasing the true perfection achievement. It's an empty achievement. There's no point getting rich either. In the end, I was not satisfied with this game. There are some things that I find boring about this game. There are so many people who praised this game, but I feel bored real fast. Let's see. The thing that I enjoyed about Harvest Moon back then was the festival. I always get excited for the festival. The hype was real. Tomato festival, horse racing, swimming race, cooking contest, and so on. There were so many festivals, and I loved them all. Such a fun and hilarious events. You were also able to compete with the other farms as well for the best animal. Now, let's take a look back at the Stardew Valley festival. What went wrong? The flower dance is basically the goddess festival, but with less moves. The luau is basically the fall hot pot festival, but with the gourmet as the tester. This guy looks like that gourmet from the Mineral Town series. How about the rest of the festivals? Well, some of these are based on real life celebration. Really, the spring Easter, the Halloween, and Christmas. These are boring in my opinion. I don't want an event based on reality because it could fail. It's something I see every day. It's boring. Harvest Moon's festivals managed to capture my attention. Hype, fun, personal, and hilarious. How about the other festivals? Well, the Jellyfish Festival was boring. Even the first time I attended the festival it was boring. It's based on the fireworks festival, but the fireworks festival was better than this because you can watch it with girlfriend or boyfriend. It feels personal. The ice fishing festival? Come on. That's literally just fishing. It's nothing special. You fish every day for money. The Stardew Valley Fair is perhaps the one festival that I enjoy because of not only the mini games here, but also the Grange display. You can show your best products here and compete with Marnie's Ranch, Pierre's shop, and others. Also, it's interesting how you can see people from outside of Pelican Town here. I don't consider the night market as a festival. It feels like a limited time bazaar. And once you get the fish from the submarine and the pearl from the mermaid, it's just the Friday and Sunday special shop, really. Uh, you know, the design of the festivals feels very Western style culture. But it's not just the festival. The design of the characters are also very Western. To be honest, the design of most characters in Stardew Valley are not interesting at all. Most of them are not attractive. Most of them are not interesting at all. Abigail kinda shared the same interest as the player. She likes exploring underground field like your farm. She loves exploring caves, and she likes games, I guess, just like me. But other than that, she's a typical brat. Also, notice how her portrait does not match her sprite. She doesn't have that ribbon on her head. Her hair also looks different as well. In my opinion, Haley is the best marriage candidate. At a glance, she was like a typical rich, cocky girl, but as she gets to know you, she gradually changed. She began to understand, appreciate, and taken a liking to a farm life, and she even planned to hold a charity instead of thinking to buy new clothes. Those photos of her with the cows somehow reminded me of the intro of Harvest Moon Back to Nature. When we were young and we met that little girl and we sing together, it hits home for me. Ah, sweet, sweet memories. That is why I like Haley the most. She's the only one that reminds me of that scene. But honestly, when she was still cocky, she was hilarious. I remember her calling your shoes like it was made by plastic. Then this town is so small it sucks. Wow. How about the rest of the marriage candidates? Eh, the rest of the girls are generic. And the men, oh boy. Ah, this is what I'm talking about. Western feel of the characters. Shane and Pam. Realistically, no sane person would ever want someone like this guy in their life. The other male characters are also generic. Sebastian is cool, but he smokes. Elliot is decent, I guess. Honestly, this is the first time I don't want to make another save file just to marry a different person. Oh boy, just be honest with me. Do you feel sad when you see this scene? How am I supposed to feel about this scene? pity, disgust. This is just embarrassing. He was like, "Ugh, I have to face reality and think." You know, the magic behind the charm of the Harvest Moon characters is the combination of the good design, personality, and the theme song that accompany the scene about the character. The game itself seemed to be designed for younger audience. It's so that they can accept this, digest the dialogues, the story easier. Yet despite that, it still managed to captivate adult like my father. He played this game without stopping. He really liked it. Seriously, the theme song of this Harvest Moon game is really good. It's catchy. It really describes what kind of character you are seeing. This is just perfect, man. The perfect theme song for a cheerful and cute character. The music just scream pure joy. I really wish there was a character like this in Stardew Valley. Maybe with a similar theme song, but maybe a boy instead of a girl. The boys of Harvest Moon are cool. They are awesome. But it's not just the boy. But I could not stop simping for Harvest Moon moms either. They are so pretty and so charming. All in all, Stardew Valley focus more on gameplay, content, and the little things like movie theater, being able to change your clothes, being able to sit on a chair, and so on. You can get somewhat creative here. What you wanna do, how your farm looks, and so on. But I think the creator kinda forget what really makes Harvest Moon special. Being able to stay in that town, that farm for a long time. Being able to enjoy your life there without getting bored. But with the introduction of the Ginger Island, I feel like the creator need to make another explorable place, maybe like Zuzu City. It's often mentioned, but there is no way to get there. And also, I feel like this game need a challenge, another challenge, like maybe the unused character Dobson. The creator could have used that as the final challenge for you. Maybe like him waiting in the Zuzu City. I mean, when you depart for the Ginger Island, you can clearly see how big the world is. What about to the right of Pelican Town? To the left? What is that island? What is this island? Is that a different species of dinosaur? I'm really curious about the rest of the world of Stardew Valley. I feel like it's a missed potential. Also, I feel like the radioactive ore should not be part of Mr. Key's special order. I feel like it should have been found somewhere in Zuzu City, maybe the mining site, and someone also will appear during the night to sell this as well. It's just strange how Mr. Key can just turn the entire environment into something totally different. Who is he anyway? What is he? And this is just my idea, but during your nice walk in Zuzu City, Let's say that you find someone who can neutralize the radioactive bar and allow you to upgrade your equipment further into, I don't know, radium, uranium, or maybe thorium. Yeah, thorium equipments. I've seen thorium equipments in other video games before. Just make that as the highest grade equipment and let me explore that cool dinosaur island. Alright, that's it for now. This is all just my opinion. Thank you for watching. See ya.